Is it a coincidence that silvery balls observed by Allied pilots on the Western Front in WW2 are the same as those observed after the war north of Phoenix, Arizona in the USA? Probably not. Ralph Mayer's film of a Foo Fighter 27 feet in diameter calculated to be traveling at 7,550 m.p.h by Clarence S. Rainwater, assistant professor of physics at the University of Miami over Tatum Waterway, Miami Beach, USA in 1952. At the end of the war in 1945, Sir Alfred Hubert Roy-Fedden, a British aeronautical engineer for the Bristol Aeroplane Company and chief of the technical mission to Germany for the Ministry of Aircraft Production, was sent to examine German aeronautical expertise and research in Nordhausen. Before he died in 1973, he stated that the only craft that could approach the capabilities attributed to the flying saucers seen around the world in the late 1940s and the early 1950s were those being designed by the Germans towards the end of the war. He declared, "I have seen enough of their designs and production plans to realize that if they had managed to prolong the war some months longer, we would have been confronted with a set of entirely new and deadly developments in air warfare." Unfortunately, most historians have no idea that they actually succeeded. After the end of the war, but not in Germany. Respected British historian, Barry Pitt noted, "The Nazi war machine swung into action utilizing as much as it could of the most up-to-date scientific knowledge available, and as the war developed, the list of further achievements grew to staggering proportions. From guns firing shells of air to detailed discussions of flying saucers, from beams of sound that were fatal to a man standing 50 yards away, to guns that fired around corners and others that could see in the dark, the list is awe-inspiring in its variety." Pitt further stated that while some German technology was less developed than imagined at the time, some were dangerously near to completion stage which would have reversed the war's outcome. Former Polish military journalist Igor Witkowski described German wartime research as the greatest technological leap in the history of our civilization. A uranium atomic bomb. Right. Schallkanone sound acoustic cannon. Henschel HS-293 air-to-ground radio-controlled cruise missile. The origin of German flying discs. The question is, did the Germans receive technological help? An extraterrestrial flying saucer allegedly crashed in the Black Forest near Freiburg, Germany in 1936. It was reportedly studied at Wolfsburg Castle in Westphalia under the supervision of the Occult Order of the Black Sun by teams from the Luftwaffe, the Speer Ministry of Arms, and the Reichsforschungsrat, composed of the best physicists, engineers, and aeronautical experts in Germany. Although many pro-German propaganda activists would like people to believe that this huge technological leap ahead of the Allies was the result of occult telepathic information retrieved from Aryan-looking human extraterrestrials from the Aldebaran star system in the Taurus constellation and the retrieval of a crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft, the truth is probably more mundane. Part of a top-secret memo from a non-confirmed source. Thomas Cantwell is a fictitious name used by an alleged counterintelligence agent who has disseminated what appears to be authentic military documentation and information to ufologists in the past. This whistleblower's true identity remains a well-guarded secret. Is it a coincidence that silvery balls observed by Allied pilots